Hey everybody, my name is Michael Marston, and I'm going to talk about I'm going to talk some techie tips to help with Unity Intercom and any problems that people may be having out there in the world. And it's going to be especially about Wi-Fi. And here's the deal. So Unity Intercom obviously is a very, it's a great product. It's very stable. It's consistent. If you're experiencing, dropped connections, pops, hiccups, sorry, I didn't hear that. Say it again. It's not the Unity Intercom software. It's going to be your network. It's either you were in a bad cellular data area or it's a problem with the network. Okay. On Wi-Fi. So we're talking, on Wi-Fi, Unity works best on 5 gigahertz. That's because 2.4 gigahertz, which is common, kind of standard. Microphones, microwaves, Bluetooth, all interferes with that band. So if you're going to be in a scenario where there's a lot of people, being on the 2.4 gigahertz bandwidth is not going to work, especially in a church. If you're in a church scenario and your access point is just on 2.4 gigahertz and you have 3 or 4 or 5 or more people, 500 people coming into your church sanctuary on a Sunday morning, even if they're not logging into that access point, all their devices are hitting that access point and polling it and hitting it, querying it. That's going to overwhelm the access point, and that's going to stop with the reliable real-time delivery of all of those real-time audio packets. It's not about, we've got 50 meg download, we're good. It's not about that. It's about the ability of your access point to reliably send those low latency audio packets without interruption all the time. And what happens is you have a lot of people in an area and all their devices, they're polling that access point and they're overwhelming it. So being on 5 gigahertz, well, that's going to take you out of the realm of Bluetooth. So Bluetooth is not a problem. Wireless microphones are not really going to be a problem anymore. So being on 5 gigahertz is huge. That's going to help you. Also, being on an access point that's a little more pro grade. We like Ruckus access points a lot. Access points that are able to handle high density environments are going to be important. We have a lot of Ubiquiti. Ubiquiti's awesome. They're really cost effective. They're not expensive. They're easy to work with. We have a lot of churches and businesses and broadcast companies that are using Ubiquiti, and that's honestly that's perfectly fine. However, just make sure that you're using the access point that's appropriate for the amount of people that are going to be in there. And if you're running 700 people and you're a church and you have one Ubiquiti access point, that's not going to work. It needs to be, number one, it should be an access point that's able to handle, a high density environment. But number two, you probably would need, 2 or 3 at least. So I don't know. All that tech is just to say that, so with Unity Intercom, if you're experiencing dropouts, are you on 5 gigahertz? Are you on a commercial grade access point? Or, at least is your access point, appropriate for the volume of people that might be in the room? Realize that download speeds are not the same thing as being able to reliably deliver real-time audio packets without interruption, without delay, consistently. That's the deal.